thank you, Outlander X4. But right, hello again, Will here, and we are here today again with another top 5 Liveries video. And so this one, the explanation at the beginning of this is not going to be as long, so I'm just going to very quickly recap the rules. Rule 1, the imagery or message on the car cannot be offensive in any way, whether it be something to do with religion or politics or just generalized beliefs or whatever like that. So basically, if I deem it to be offensive or I think it could be offensive, it won't be on the list. And second one is basically no replicas of real life cars, but you can have a livery that is based off a real life car. So it's inspired you to create a livery. So it can have some similarities, but also be different at the same time because you were inspired by it. But again, sometimes with these cars, I may end up actually putting a livery in here that is actually a real life race car. And obviously, if there is, point out to me. Because again, obviously, there are a lot of car designs out there in the real world. There is loads, so a few make you slipping. But that's it for the rules. So once again, nothing that's offensive will be in this list, or anything that, as far as I am aware, is not a replica design of a race car. Oh, and also, just to make it a bit fair for everybody who was actually shared a link to their design, it will only be one design per person. If you have shared a link to a design, but you did not see your design in this list, it doesn't mean that I didn't like it, because this list is in no particular order. It's just the 5 designs that sort of like stood out to me. But if you did share a design and it hasn't ended up in this list, not to worry, because I do have a plan very soon to release another video with many designs that have been sent in to me but haven't been featured, but were a design that I also did like. When that's going to be coming, I don't know just yet. It'll probably be within the next week or so, something probably. It's just going to take a little bit of time to put it together. So if your design is not in this list, not to worry, for your design may actually be used in a future video. Now with that out of the way, let's get on to the first. Here we are with the first design. This design is done by the profile name of Dutch Hoonigan. All these designs will have a link in the description, so you can go and check it out yourself, and also either just leave it a like and a repost, or actually add it to your own collection. But this one again was done by Dutch Hoonigan, and this is the Vulcan BRZ Subaru. So I think this is obviously this is the drifter car, and yeah, I just like the coloration. It's so the color, it stands out quite. It's very like boom. It's like an explosion of tango. Though it's meant to be Monster Energy, but obviously I think Monster Energy, you do get like the pink cans and green cans and yellow cans and stuff like that. But for some reason I just think tango. But obviously it's meant to be for Monster Energy. But yeah, I like this one because it just stands out. It's very boom. There it is. Look at me. I'm advertising Monster Energy, and you're drifting around like a motherfucker. So it's not like explicit details or this, that, and the other. It's just I like the coloration. I just like it's quite colourful, colourful with the black background and with all the vibrant colours on it. It stands out, and so that's why it's made it onto this list. So once again, design done by Dutch Hoonigan, and a link will be in the description if you fancy deciding to add this to your own collection. So now on to the next design. Here we are with the next design. This design is done by It's the Nature Boy, this is the M6 GT3 Vulcan Horse, and their design is pretty self-explanatory. It's Jägermeister. It's a little Jaeger bomb on wheels. I think he's actually called it just like Jaeger bomb, but yeah, it's a Jaeger bomb on wheels. Again, it's simplistic in the ways of its inspiration for design. It's just basically got the same kind of colours that you'll get on the Jägermeister bottle, basically. But I like it because now this kind of something that makes me think that this may be an actual real life car is they got the name of J Bombin, but I don't know if that's just him messing around with a name, because obviously he's called the thing Jaeger Bomb, so it's got J Bombing on the thing, so Jaeger Bombing, Jaeger Bomb. So it might just be a play on that. But I do like the fact that it does actually look like it could be a real car. So, but yeah, so not much else to say about this design. But you know, I do like it. I like it for it's not like overly brash. It's not overly hugely colourful. You know, the colours aren't like in your face bright, but they're subtle. It's a subtle coloration. But I thought it was a design that was worthy to go on this list. So once again, this one will be in the description if you fancy this yourself, or just in case if you're not actually old enough to drink a Jaeger bomb, then at least you can have a car that is named after a Jaeger bomb, because you're too young to be able to drink Jaeger bombs. So you can still have a Jaeger bomb, just in a different way. And that design was from It's the Nature Boy. So, let's go on to our next. Right, here we are with the next design. This design is done by Crowclaw 808, and obviously it's the McLaren 650S, the GT3. This one is one of two. There's two designs of the actual main livery itself is exactly the same. But there's just one that doesn't have the number on it, and the other one does have the number 58 plate. It's got like a number 58 on it. But this is the numberless one, so I wanted to take that out just in case if you decide to add this to the collection, so you can put your own number on it. You can at least still see what it looks like. Again, it's not massively bold. It's not brash. It's its coloration is. It's got a nice subtle coloration. Very, it's a nice design. So, it caught my eye. Which a lot of these designs will be the reason why they go on this, is because they catch my eye. It's not about like, oh, it's the most detailed thing. It's if they catch my eye and I have to take a double take on it, is more likely what will actually go on the list. And this one is on the list because it caught my eye, so I wanted to check it out more. And I look at it all, and I quite like it. Obviously, it's a little bit different to the designs that I normally do, but again, this is about everyone else's creations. And again, I just like this design. It's not overboard. It's not over the top. It looks like it could actually be a real race car. And I like the simple, like orange and sort of like dark steel grey coloration. I think it suits it very well, and it actually works very, very well. So once again, this design will be in the description. We'll have a link, so you can go and download it yourself if you want to add it to your collection. I will be putting the numberless one in the link in the description. It won't be the one with the number. It will be this very one, the one without the number, so you can add your own number to it. Once again, that was Crowclaw 808 with the McLaren 650S. So, on to here we are with the next design. This design was done by Pat 141196. It's the Ferrari 458 Italia, the Group 4 car. So yeah, some people might think like, oh wait, this one isn't as bold or as greatly detailed, or it's a bit more simplified to previous designs. Yeah, technically it is. It's nothing like wow. It doesn't come out the thing and punch you in the face. But I like it because the guy is trying. that's the thing. He's having a go. He is trying it, and he's pulled something off that, though it's more simplistic in its outputs and all that. It works. The coloration of it works, and that's the thing that's going for it. It's the coloration of it that works. So I like it because the guy's having a go. He's trying to create something, and he's got the coloration right. So for me, it kind of works. Yeah, he can have a couple of bits and little bits and bobs on it. Yeah, no, nothing to over the top, obviously. You don't want to go over the top on it. But it's like it's like going this kind of car that you'll see in the mall or shopping centre, depending on where you're from is what you'll call it. Or like one of those really expensive shopping malls or shopping centres or something like that, where it's just like, it's on a pedestal, and it's like, you can buy this car for £1 million, or it's like there's bloody, in some places, and especially I know in England anyway, you have a jewellery shop, and you'll see that there's a phone case in there. Yeah, the phone case is encrusted with fucking diamond, and it's like £1,000 for a fucking phone case, and it's like, are you bloody serious? This is that kind of car. It doesn't look anything kind of special on the outside, but due to the fact that it's got a fancy company's fucking logo on the side, it makes it just that bit more expensive because you're buying the label. It's like that kind of car. So yeah, design-wise, it's more simplistic, but I like it because the coloration. I like the coloration of it, and I like the fact that the guy is actually having a go. But again, if you like it, the link to this design will be in the description below. And once again, this design was done by Pat141196. So, on to the final. Here we are, the final design of the top 5, at least anyway. So this design was done by Shadow Slip 71. It's the Ford Mustang, the Route 4. So yeah, this one I like because he's going off. Obviously, he's gone for the whole Mustang theme because obviously it's a Mustang. And a Mustang is a form. I'm trying to think now. I know it's horse related. I can't actually exactly how it's related to horses, but I know it's related to horses in some way. I just can't remember. I don't know if it's if it's a breed of horse or something. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't know that much about horses anyway. But yeah, so I like he's gone for the he's gone for the theme from the Mustang with the horses. He's got good coloration. He's got the checker flag sort of motif in there as well. Like you could have in horse racing, lawn racing, any kind of racing really. So this Mustang, this stallion, this beast of an animal is charging towards the finishing line. So yeah, it's not like a massively bold and brash. It's not like wham in your face, but the message that I get from it is, bang, here I come, stampeding my way to the finishing line, kind of thing. So I get that kind of motif from it. So and for that, that's why to me it stood out from the selection that was sent to me. This is why this was one of the ones that stood out to me. So that's why it was on this top 5 list. But once again, this one will have its link in the description, so you can go and add this to your collection if you're also a fan of this design. And once again, this design was done by Shadow Slip 71. So now on to the final design in a section that I like to call okay. So to explain the rules about this section of the video of what the hell were they thinking, it's basically designs that feature in here may not always necessarily be bad designs or anything like that. It's just something I've seen. I'm thinking like, what the hell? Either because, and then I look at it and I think it's either because I just want to look at it because it's just rightly odd, a rightly odd design, or if I look at it, I might think, oh, actually, they could have tried this with it, or they could have tried that with it. So it's like, to give them an idea of something that they could try for the next one if they manage to see this video. Um, today's selection is this thing. It's the Lancia Integrale. Um, the only reason why it's on this list because I just want to point this out, which I do. So this is also pointing out a message. Actually, also at the same time pointing out a message to a few of the other ones that I've seen. I'm only just using this one as an example because it was the one I was looking at the time. It's basically, you can't, it's, if you want to create a livery, that's fine. If you're not amazingly good at creating liveries, that is also fine. Not everybody is amazing at creating liveries. Some people can only create basic designs, and some of my designs I've done in the past have probably been absolutely terrible. I'm not a master livery creator. I've gotten better over the time. But even when I started making liveries, I was probably pretty rubbish at making them. But if you're gonna make a livery and share it, at least make sure you've done some kind of design to it. Because if you're trying to get people to like your designs and stuff like that, uploading a livery where it looks like all you've done is just change the wheels and you've taken it to the paint shop and got a different kind of paint and that's it. Yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of likes on it. You're not gonna get a lot of fans of it, and people are gonna be like, people are gonna start thinking like, oh, is that the kind of like best designs that they can do? Is that all they can do? I'm not probably really gonna be bother keeping an eye on them for future designs because that's all they can do, or their designs are gonna be really, really rubbish. But so it's like if anyone's watching this and who does this kind of thing as well, where it's just like you change the wheels, you give it a different color paint, and that's it. But you're wanting people to like your designs. Put a design on. Put a design actually on the car. Don't just change the color and the wheels. Put a design on there. Even if it's just something simple. Even if it's just a few patterns that go into good coloration and match the car's color well, and you put a few sponsor decal on it, bada bing bada boom, that's it. There you go. At least it's a design and it shows that you're wanting to try to create liveries, and maybe ask for tips from people in the description of that livery particular, where it's like give me tips on the designs. I want to try and create some better designs, and more designs that people like, but I'm still quite new in designing them. Has anybody got any tips that you can share? So again, I'm not pointing this out to try and shame the creator. Unfortunately, I didn't check the creator's name, but it's just a message about other people who are also doing this, because a lot of people do this, and it's not so much it's annoying. It's just I'm just thinking like, there's no point sharing the design for people to like or download or whatever kind of thing if they can just easily create it themselves in 2 seconds. It's kind of a bit pointless, really. It's kind of pointless to the livery editor, basically. I get why people want to do it, but to me, I'm just thinking, at least actually try and make an actual livery. But that's just my thoughts. I might be nitpicking here, but that's just me, because I do like people trying to use I do like actually people using their imaginations and creating these things. Okay, some people do just replicas of cars, which that's also perfectly fine, because that probably is also quite time consuming. Because you've got to find all the right decals, you've got to get the coloration right, you've got to get everything in the right place, and that's not always easy to do. But I do like seeing people use their imaginations in creating liveries, and sometimes I just don't, and it's kind of like, okay, if you want to do that for you personally, for yourself, for your own car, that's fine, but there's absolutely no point sharing it. But that's just my thought. But also actually a little bit of a couple of tips there for people who are wanting to do it but maybe don't feel massively confident in doing livery editors. It's just go onto designs that you like and just comment on it and just ask them for a couple of tips. That's it. Just speak to them. Speak to the creator, and just ask them for a couple of tips just on how to get started. And that's it. And then over time, you'll get better. You'll get better. You'll be more confident with your designs, and then one day you'll just knock it out of the park with a design, and a lot of people will actually like your design, and you'll see other people downloading it, adding to their collection, and then actually driving around with your design in their own races. That if if they do videos with YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, and so your design is getting out there, so therefore it'll get more, it'll be seen more. Not people will then start thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go to that guy and I'm gonna have a look at some of his designs, and that kind of thing. But that's enough about that. That's it for this video. Again, if you didn't see your design on here, it doesn't mean that I didn't like it, because I know I got quite a few designs sent through to me, and I do appreciate it. And again, if you have any designs you want me to look at, leave a comment and leave the link to a design that you want me to look at in the comments below. Or once again, I will be posting another post very soon on the Gran Turismo Livery Editor Facebook page, which I'll try and get a link into the description to that as well, if you want to check it out yourself. I will post a comment there where you can also share your designs. But if you didn't see your design on here, once again, it doesn't mean I didn't like it, because most of the designs I do see, I actually do end up liking. There's just some others that catch my eye just a little bit more. But if you have sent a design through, there is a very good chance that in the very near future, your design will feature in a special little video that I'm currently sort of just planning that in my head how to do. And again, that will probably be coming out, maybe it might take a week, it might take a couple of weeks for it to come out yet. But I will keep you all posted on the Gran Turismo Livery Editor Facebook page on how that video is going, or if I'm looking for designs just specifically for that video, because it will be more of a community specialised video. But with all that said, please, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and to share this video with some of your friends. I don't believe I actually have a notification bell on the thing. I don't know if it's automatically there, but if there is a bell there, press the bell. I mean, it's only a bell, it's not going to kill you. But also, maybe check out the playlist. This is quite still a new series, there's not a load of videos at the moment, but I also do have a playlist of Gran Turismo races, where I just take part in the daily races, and I have done a couple of the FIA races. So if you're more into livery designs, you're going to slowly start having an increase in videos on that. And if you're more into the actual racing, you've got a playlist for that. All is good in the world of Gran Turismo. But with all that said, until the next time, I will see you all at the station.